y un pido a toditos, soy a este público honrado.
To find the spirit of the San Luis Valley, you can look to its vast blue skies.
Well, it's the oldest town in Colorado.
Walk among its lush lands and silent, sacred spaces.
If you want to know about the history of Colorado, you have to know about the Spanish speakers in the South.
And listen to the elders.
Look at you close.
The valley's spirit is also found more than 200 miles away in a living room,
Va a cumplir 90 años.
just outside of Denver.
And what did you say to her, buddy, when you decided to ask her out?
What did I say to her?
Yeah. How did you respond to that?
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Buddy and Josie Labato married 68 years ago in San Luis, where they grew up speaking an ancient Spanish dialect, their first language.
Me siento muy bien, muy gracias a Dios.
Buddy tells me he's turning 90 years old and remembers feeling out of place in his own country.
When we first came to Denver, they used to make fun of us, the way we spoke English.
You know, we had an accent.
Listening to them feels like a warm, familiar blanket.
Buenos días, viejito.
Hello, honey, ¿cómo te va yendo, baby?
Their ancient Spanish traces to northern New Mexico and southern Colorado, the land of my ancestors. A state line may divide the region, but our people remain connected by the unique language reflective of our heritage. I understand only some of it.
We're a Spanish-speaking community. We're very proud people.
A dialect forged when Spanish and Native peoples clashed and then blended, long before the United States even existed.
It's not really an immigrant population. English came to them.
Today, the dialect is a form of Spanglish.
How about Quara?
Quata. Like
Quata.
quarter, like a quarter?
Exactly.
A blending of Old Spanish, English, and Native words.
We seldom speak English to each other, and if we do, we mix it up.
This variety of Spanish is just as legitimate and valid as any other variety of Spanish in the world.
Linguist Dr. Devin Jenkins has studied the dialect for more than 20 years. When I hear him speak about it, I feel an impending loss.
You know, it's this treasure that we've got that's probably, in 2 more generations, we're probably just not going to see it anymore.
2 more generations.
Max, I'd say 50 years.
50 years and then it's gone.
Yeah.
As descendants move away from the lands and embrace the dominant American English, it will only exist in records and books, he says.
The children are not learning Spanish, and the Spanish they are learning in books is not our Spanish.
That's why I tell you every once in a while, go get the palita.
Back in San Luis,
But in your Spanglish, you call it a what? The palita.
4th grade teacher Audrey Rayel is still trying to keep the language alive.
When do your parents typically speak in Spanish?
When they don't want us hearing about it.
Her students' parents and grandparents are among the last who know it.
I find myself using the language in class. I'll tell my students, go get that book from that trastero, or, different words that I grew up saying that I tell my students.
I drew a rack.
I asked her students to create artwork of unique words.
And it was the most simplest design I could find.
Words like lonche for lunch, ganso for turkey, pastel for pie, y más.
Truck, troca. Tiqueta. I can't remember the word. Mosquito hen.
That's okay. That's all right.
Cake, cake. Kukas means cookies. Tiquete and ticket. Finally. That took forever.
I think it's kind of sad that it's starting to fade, and I think that's why I kind of incorporated in the classroom myself, just so that way if they're not hearing it at home, they're hearing it from me at school.
My 93-year-old grandmother
Mira, está goteando el
from San Jose, New Mexico was among the last in my family to speak it fluently. You may remember seeing her on 9 News a few years ago.
Yo creo que se cayó el clavo. My hair is all parado.
Ay, Jeremy, estate quieto, no.
I wanted to put her in this piece, but Alzheimer's is erasing her memory.
What are you doing with that, Grandma?
I'm bless the car.
You're gonna bless the car?
A collection of cell phone videos will soon be all I have of her her voice.
Y eso no me lo va a partir el día, creo que no lo iba a partir.
To me, it kind of represents our culture and our ancestry.
Our Spanish culture, the place we were born, and our traditions and our language, they're all very precious to us.
The only bad is that we're losing it, that it's going away, right? But what it is a beautiful thing, and it's worthy of all of our admiration and affection. And if you have any inkling at all toward the Spanish language, go and learn about it while it's still there.